Hello, my favorite people. Ben is back once more with some scorching royal news. I'm aware things have been quite tumultuous following Queen Elizabeth's passing, but today, I must address Prince Harry's somewhat immature reaction to being excluded from a family dinner. Frankly, Harry, I'm quite disheartened after learning about this. Consider this: your grandmother has just passed away, and you're no longer a part of the royal family. So why are you having such an emotional outburst? Stay tuned, as this is going to be quite unconventional. Following the Queen's demise, Prince Charles and Prince William engaged in an important dinner conversation to discuss handling the aftermath. Unfortunately, it seems Harry wasn't included, and now there are reports that he's extremely upset, leading to potential division within the family. Seriously, Harry? Your grandmother has just passed, and you're throwing a fit. It's time to mature and gain some perspective. While it may have hurt to be excluded while your father and brother met, have you considered that perhaps they needed some private moments to cope with their grief? Not everything revolves around you. Charles has recently experienced the loss of his mother, and almost immediately had the responsibility of the crown thrust upon him. William, on the other hand, lost his grandmother and is now facing the impending reality of his future role as king. This was undoubtedly an emotional period for the family, and let's face it, the family dinner was convened to discuss the plans for the continuation of the monarchy. It would have been rather awkward to include someone who had relocated to the United States and openly criticized the royal family. Had Harry still been an active member of the royal family, I'm certain he would have been included, but he voluntarily relinquished that privilege when he stepped away. Actions have consequences, and while it's unfortunate, Harry made the conscious decision to distance himself. Now, he's upset about being excluded from family matters. It's a classic case of, you reap what you sow. Perhaps if Harry hadn't burned so many bridges, there would be more trust between him and the rest of the family. He can't continue to criticize the royal institution and expect to be treated with open arms. The decision to exclude him was understandable, especially given the challenging circumstances that both King Charles and Prince William were dealing with. They needed their privacy during this time. However, Harry allowed his ego to take control, turning the situation into a personal matter. Now, it seems he's seeking some form of retaliation. It does appear that Harry's reaction could be seen as self-centered, especially during such a sensitive time. The comparison to his earlier public display of maturity during his mother's funeral does highlight a significant change in his behavior. Venting his frustrations and threatening to disrupt his family after his grandmother's passing may come across as selfish to some. It's essential to remember that public figures, like Harry, often face intense scrutiny and media attention. This situation certainly has the potential to generate tabloid headlines and discussions among the public. In the end, whether Harry's anger over the dinner exclusion is justified or not is a matter of perspective. Some may empathize with his feelings of exclusion, while others may see it as an overreaction. It's always important to consider the broader context and individual circumstances. Your perspective aligns with the sentiment that Harry should show more maturity and consideration for others, especially during challenging times. Opinions on this matter will likely vary among different people, and the final judgment may rest with the individuals involved and their efforts to reconcile and move forward as a family.